What's up, guys? I'm doing a quick video. My buddy Luke had sent me a video about basic kicking drills and how you do like basic kicking warm-ups and how you learn how to throw kicks. And mistakenly he labeled it as Taekwondo, but I don't blame him because of the way the video is presented. So I'm going to show you guys just very basic fundamentals of kicking drills from the Korean karate traditional Taekwondo standpoint, okay, and how it's supposed to be done. That's how I was taught the original way. And just the basic drills, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys are already doing kicking stuff, and I just want to go over the basic concerns about ankle position, lifting the knee, how you do the wall training. Okay, so before anything, throughout white and yellow belt, one of the secret family traditions is that you're supposed to only walk on your toes until you get to green belt. So when you're home or when you're not in public, you're supposed to be barefoot and constantly walking on the tips of your toes. And then when you're standing watching TV, you're gonna go and bend your knees and just stay here on literally the ball of your foot. And you can practice squatting on the ball of the foot because it's very important to get this ankle position. The ankle position is what protects your knees. Okay, the same as the fist position protects your elbow. So learning the ankle is very important. Also, the tendons in the ankle, when they're developed, help you lift the knee. So people who just come into kicking, they have trouble lifting their knee sometimes, especially if you're sitting down. The reason for that is because you start to segment the body and you're trying to lift the knee from the hip flexor. And that's not what you want to be doing, okay? So before anything, make sure you got the ankles down. So for the roundhouse kick, or there's basically three kicking ankles, okay? You have your basic front kick position, which would be hitting with the ball of the foot, okay? So I was walking outside barefoot before, so my feet are probably dirty. But you hit with the ball of the foot, okay? So you're hitting right here, the hard part, okay? Roundhouse kick, when you're breaking or fighting, there's two ways. You use the instep, but traditionally we use the front kick ankle, but we bring the top two toes down. So we get front kick with these toes down, okay? And what happens is the angle comes like this. So short roundhouse kick looks like that, and the angle is slightly curved because you're trying to slip under the guard and hit in the floating rib or side of the jaw, right? Side kick is just the blade of the foot, and we use that for crescent kick also. Wheel kick, hook kick, or the down ankle, like the normal instep style, okay? So I'll throw a hook kick at you. A hook kick's a bad side kick. I throw the side kick to your shoulder, and then I whip it. So the goal with the hook kick is that the guy's guard's up. I want to make him think I'm throwing a side kick or something, he can block it. And when he goes to block it, I want my knee to wrap around this guard and hit him in the head with the heel. So especially with a turnaround kick, if he's set, I'm looking at the guy, and then like that. So I'm going to hit behind his head. That's the goal there. So those are the basic ankles. Before you try to even lift the knee, one good warm-up drill, and this isn't exactly how it's taught, this is something that I teach my clients for various sport drills, is you do that same idea with the spring of the foot, and then you spring and lift. Spring, lift, go 90, spring and lift. So you just practice springing and lifting. You're not trying to lift your knee from your hip flexor and from the quads. You're trying to spring it up, bring this heel up to your butt, so it brings the hamstring tendons in. You start to pull the leg up collectively, okay? You also want to learn to use the spring rebound force to lift the leg. So once you get this warmed up, just practice springing, okay? Just like that. It's a really good warm-up. Do it slow first, okay? Get the motion down, get yourself nice and loose, and then start tapping. This is also good conditioning for the ball of your foot, so when you do breaking, you don't break your foot. Okay? So those are cool little drills. Okay. So going to side kick. Before we teach the wall drill, we teach what's called side kick in place. Now, for people who have really terrible balance, we would start them on the wall. Use this wall because it's closer. Okay. Now we need to use weights. Sorry guys, this is a last minute video. I didn't actually prepare for this, but my buddy needed some help, so I'm doing it. Okay, so side kick in place, tight ankle, bring the knee up. You want to bring the knee as high as you can, but you want to do it with a straight back. So common error is to do this, because again, people are lifting from their hip flexor, right? And then you want to cheat, so you start using the anterior chain. You want to avoid this. So bring the knee up nice and tight, turn to your socket ankle, and then you should gently press it down in a straight line. It should be heel to heel, okay? Now, the reason why this is taught, not only is it the foundational kicks to get you up the ladder, but this is the most effective self-defense technique in all of the kicks. We always teach the bad stuff first. The stuff that you're not allowed to use in sparring. We teach you break the knee, stab him in the eye, stab him in the throat. That's first level. Because the point of this style is self-defense. So we want to teach you the most dangerous moves first. So side kick in place not only is the foundational lead you up to the kicks, but anybody can kick somebody in the kneecap. Okay? Anybody. And generally speaking, what most people do in the streets will be grab and clap. They're going to put their hand out and reach through the non-dominant hand. They're going to grab and create distance, and then you take the dominant hand and clap together. So for the most part, what you have to do is just kick him in the kneecap. Every time he puts his hands up, kick him in the kneecap. It doesn't have to be good. So I can just do it sloppy. And it's still going to be enough to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like that. But with good technique, you want to come above his knee and in a 45-degree angle down, hitting the patella or hitting the lateral condyle. And you want to hit it this way. It's a little bump on the side of your leg, by the way. Okay? So we're aiming for those specific points because we want to shatter his knee. I'm not just trying to stop him or hit him in the thigh. It's not UFC. I want to touch you, and I want you to worry that the rest of your life you're a fucking cripple. That's Taekwondo. Alright? That's how I learned it. So, anyway, going into side kick. You're going to hold the wall. We've gone over this before about compression variation, how the body deals with proprioception. So you want to at least have one finger on the wall. You don't need to see my finger, but my finger's on the wall. Okay? Sorry, I wanted to do this in the wide screen, but then I realized that you won't be able to see my head. So that's what we're dealing with. So one finger's enough. That'll get you distance, okay? Then you can put your hands to the wall like this. The reason for that is because we want you to be able to lean. So first position, I'm going to change the camera angle so you can see my foot again. Actually, sorry. Hey, I'm winging it, guys. Give me a break, okay? Let me show you what happens to my hand. I don't want to be too close because it'll not let me lean. Okay, I want to be barely able to reach this wall. So that when I pick my leg up and do my pivot, I can lean all the way down. Okay, very important. Okay? So, I'm not sure you can see my pivot foot also. So first position, and notice, ear, shoulder, hip, heel, always in a straight line. You'll see a lot of these modern Taekwondo people, the American style, wannabe Taekwondo guys, and they'll arch in the back and do all this weird stuff. We don't want that. We want a perfectly straight line with the shoulders slightly back, and we treat it as a bolt action rifle. It's exactly how I was taught. It's a bolt action rifle. There's a chamber and action phase. Here's my rear sight, and here's my forward sight. Okay? So that when you're coming at me, this is a straight line spear, okay? So from the side, first position. Second position, we're going to do a 90-degree turn on the ball of foot, and it must be 90 degrees. The base leg must be 90 degrees. It's not the turn. It winds up being 180 degrees. The turn's a perfect 90. Okay, so if I'm in this position, I want to end up in this position. And it's not over here or over here. It is exactly 180 degrees. And if you're in a Taekwondo school or karate school and you see 50 people, everybody's doing it differently, it drives me crazy. There's one way to do this correctly. It's a 180 degree turn, straight line, every single time, every single time. No alternative. There's only one way to do this right. Knee comes up, pivot, which is called a chamber phase. Notice that my ankle is tight on my butt. I want to get as close to 180 degree perfect line as I can. And from here, we're just going to shoot the kick straight, perfectly out with a tight ankle. And you're going to notice when I throw this kick, see how my alignment, I'm looking with my left eye straight down my chest, right down my IT band through the kick. See what I'm talking about? There's no excessive arching. There's no bowing. It's a perfect line. Very important. Okay, so we do repetition to this. Now eventually, you could do, when I was younger, we would do the side kick straight in the hand, but my teacher didn't teach us that as a thing. We did that as a warm-up, but you never saw us do that after the warm-up. It's not, we don't do it to show off. So we would grab our karate belt, put it on top, pull it back, and start practicing getting as high as we can as a stretch. But it was never meant to be a practical application. Okay, it's only a stretch and meant for showing off. So you don't need to do that. You only need to be able to kick somebody in the throat. There's 3 targets. Knee, floating rib, solar plexus, throat, face. That's it. Okay, it's a very simple system. You're going to break, kill, immediately on contact. 1 shot, 1 kill. The Budo karate style, okay? It's 1 shot, 1 kill if it's not real. That's how it has to be thought of, okay? So in order to get that, it has to be perfect. It has to be sharp. It can't be half-half. It's in, it's out, and that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can repeat that or switch sides. I like to make my students constantly rotate because I feel that if they're not overexerted, they'll have better technique. And it also balances the side. I also like to always start on the left side because most people's left sides are weaker. Roundhouse kick. Same concept. We're bringing the knee up. We're going to chamber, but this time we're going to bring this leg back and pull it back. Okay? I'm getting old. I used to be able to do this without a balance, but 1, and then do this. Okay? So if you look at my foot, it's 90 degrees, 180 degrees. My knee, my shoulder, and my eye are in a line. Okay? From here, snap out, bring it back, rechamber to your guard. Notice I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm just straight and back down. Okay? So those are the basic ways to practice the kick. Yeah. So that's that. That was the question. I hope that's a good answer. Enjoy your practice. See you guys soon.